Hello everybody, my name is Matthew and this is Learn the Lingo. Welcome back to our series in which we are learning how to read Hebrew. Last time we learned the letter Yud, and today in our 7th lesson we are going to learn lots more about this letter. Before we begin, I would like to tell you that we are learning 4 different letters today that use the letter Yud, and some of these vowels work differently than others, so this lesson is going to be pretty complicated. I invite you to feel free to ask any questions you have in the comments below, and rewind the video if you need to watch the explanations again. Last time we learned we can put a Shuruk under a letter and put a Yud after that letter to mean the E sound. The vowel marker tsere works in a similar way. A tsere is 2 dots right next to each other that go under a letter, and you can put a Yud after that letter to represent the tsere's A sound. Let's make a word with this vowel. This word starts with a letter chet with a patak under it. Now, if these were at the end of a word, the patak sound would come first, and this would be pronounced ach. But since they are not at the end of a word, they are pronounced normally, with the chet sound first, and then the pataks, ha. Next we have a Yud, which says y, and under it is the tsere, which makes the A sound. This tsere does not make this Yud make the A sound and have no consonant y sound, because for a tsere to do that, it would have to be on the letter before the Yud, and also the Yud would not be able to have any vowel marker on itself, and this Yud does have a vowel marker. This A sound is the last sound in this word, and so we will need to add another Yud with no vowel marker on it to represent this A sound. So this Yud makes no y consonant sound and is here to represent the tsere's A sound. Sounding the entire word out, y, a, chaye, which means life of. These 2 vowels, Shuruk and tsere, do not always have a Yud representing them, as long as they are not at the end of a word, especially in Biblical Hebrew. Even in modern Hebrew, it is common for the E or A vowels to have no Yud, even in text without vowel markers. A great example of this is the Hebrew word for he brought, which is hevi. It starts with a letter he, which says h, and under the he is a tsere, which makes the A sound. This tsere does not have a Yud following it, but that's okay, because tsere and Shuruk do not need a Yud, but they just sometimes have it. Then comes a bet without dagesh, which says v, and under it is a Shuruk, which says e, and this Shuruk does have a Yud representing it, which comes after the bet it is under. And the word ends with a silent aleph. So that's he, v, he brought. Certain words may or may not be spelled with a Yud to represent an A or E sound, but in the word hevi, the tsere never has a Yud following it, and this Shuruk usually always does have a Yud. However, if we put any other vowels before a Yud, the Yud must be there because it combines with these vowels to make a compound vowel sound. The most common of these compound vowel sounds with Yud is a Yud coming after a letter which has an A vowel, such as a patak or a kamat under it. This vowel marker and the Yud will combine together to make the I sound. If we take the word chaye again and we replace this tsere with a patak, we now have the word for my life. This is pronounced chet and patak, ha, yud, ya, and patak followed by a yud without a vowel marker, I. Chayai, chayai, my life. If we put a yud after a vav with a cholam, which says o by itself, these 2 sounds combine to make the oi sound. This is seen in the word goy, which starts with a gimel, which makes the g sound followed by this vowel combination. G, oi, goy, nation. Lastly, a yud can come after a vav with a shuruk, which by itself says oo, and when they are put together, they make the compound vowel sound ui. This ui vowel combination is not very common, but one word it is used in is the word badui, which means fictitious. This word starts with a beit with dagesh, which says b, and under the beit is a kamatz, which says ah. Moving to the left, we have a dalet, which says d, and finally there is the vav with shuruk, followed by a yud, which makes that ui vowel combination. Ba, dui, fictitious. In review, today we learned the vowel marker tsere, which says a, and which may or may not be followed by a letter yud. We also learned the 3 vowel combinations with yud, which always have a yud. These are a kamatz or patak followed by a yud, which says I, a vav with cholam followed by a yud, which says oi, and finally vav with shuruk and a yud, which says ui. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and turning on notifications so you can know when I make a new video. Also, I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a like and shared it with your friends who you think would like to learn Hebrew. Goodbye.